Here it goes.
Good morning, fellow travelers. This is Ken and welcome to my channel, Ken Travels 360. As you can see, our cruise ship is just arriving at St. Martin. This is now day 4 of the Caribbean cruise on Symphony of the Seas. We're gonna grab breakfast now and then we're gonna have an excursion on the island. Welcome to beautiful St. Martin. Today we've got Holland America Rotterdam dock next to us. Okay, let's disembark. Right, we have just got off Symphony of the Seas. You can see the scale is just massive. And there's so many people around, it's madness here. Right, let's go try find our tour. Symphony of the Seas is just ginormous. Just behind, you can see a carnival spirit hiding as well. It's gonna be a busy port stay here. Welcome to St. Martin. So instead of a ship excursion tour, we booked with a local company called Amigo Tours. They are not actually inside the cruise terminal and we have to ask around, and eventually we were directed to this area where we actually found them. The tour is basically a scenic circular drive around the whole island. After leaving the port of Philipsburg, we drove and crossed the border to the French side. Bienvenue à Saint-Martin. We're now in the French side of St. Martin. This is Oyster Bay. A few minutes ago, we crossed the border from the Dutch side to French side. And now we're in Saint-Martin.
They cannot walk to the other points there. They walk in here, the water reach up by their knee, and they...
Okay, here we are going up to the balcony of Colorita, also called Rotary Lookout Point. The last tour group has just vacated, so it's really good timing. Well, welcome to Colorita. So here we have a beautiful view of the Atlantic Ocean. As you can see, the waves are much stronger here than on the Caribbean side. Look at the waves behind. Over there, you can see the St. Barth Island. Next, we stopped by the roadside to look at some of the famous massive green iguanas. So the guy just told us how to tell which one is female and which one is male. The female one doesn't have any spikes on the top of the back. Here we are on the French side. This is the Waiilly Beach. Waiilly Beach is one of the newest beaches in Orient Bay. It's a beautiful beach with soft sand and turquoise water. This was supposedly a swimming and sunbathing stop, but with just 30 minutes allocated, we didn't feel like there was realistically time to do so. When we booked this tour, it sounded like a great option, hitting multiple beaches and ticking off all the sites, but we felt really rushed, particularly not helped by the fact that some of the other customers on the tour had a much earlier set sail time, so the operator was very strict in timekeeping. Soon it was time to go back onto the coach, which took us to Marigot, the capital of Saint-Martin. Bonjour, bienvenue à Marigot. Marigot, although it's a capital of Saint-Martin, has a very seaside resort feeling. The fortress on the hilltop is Fort Saint-Louis. It was built by the French in the late 18th century to defend Marigot from British and Dutch invaders. Here you can find a very colorful market as well. We're at the port of Marigot now. It's beautiful watercolor. This is a statue that is dedicated to the St. Martin Market women. This is really a whistle-stop tour of Saint-Martin, and the next stop will be the Maho Beach. We're heading to Maho Beach. with the airport nearby. We're now at Maho Beach. So these are the times the flights will come in today. And with 6 cruise ships in town, it's really busy. Maho Beach is absolutely packed currently. Hello, we are now at Maho Beach. The famous beach where the airport is just next to you, where the planes will go over your head on the way to landing. Maho Beach is probably the ultimate destination for aviation enthusiasts. It's well known for the incredible plane watching experience here. Over a period of 90 minutes, we saw so many planes flying and landing just a few meters above our head. The thrill of the roaring engines and the gusts of wind created by the planes is an unforgettable experience. It's not just the sight of the planes that amazes you, but also the sound and the feeling of the air rushing past your body. As you watch the planes take off and land, you can't help but marvel at the skill and precision of the pilots. Wow! The pilots have to navigate a narrow runway that starts just a few meters from the beach and the water, making every takeoff and landing a nail-biting experience. We saved the best till the very end. You're about to see the landing of the iconic flight from KLM. This flight only operates 3 times a week, so you was very lucky that it was flying that day. That was a KLM. After the KLM plane landed, we waited around to experience the jet blast from the American Airlines plane taking off. Watch our incredible experience. Here it goes! Wow! Wow! Oh my God! That was spectacular! Since most of the big planes have landed by then, we decided it was time to leave. We got a shared taxi back to the port, which cost $8 per person. Oh, wait, hold on for a second. I hear you say, weren't we supposed to be on an excursion? How come we had to get our own cab to return to the port? I'll explain that in a few moments. For now, enjoy the view as we are driven back to the cruise terminal at Philipsburg. I don't know if my hair is like that because we just went to Maho Beach and we got blasted by the jets from the plane. Excuse my look. Anyway, we just got back to the cruise terminal. We really had a blast today. It was much better once we got to Maho Beach, and then we just decided to abandon our tour. Of course, we told the driver, and then we just spent an extra 90 minutes there. We watched so many planes taking off and arriving. It was really great. Hey.
North Carolina here.
Thank you. We have Celebrity Constellation in front, and behind is the Carnival Spirit. Here we can see MSC Seaside. It's massive too. We're ready to go back up to Symphony of the Seas. If you enjoy watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel with notifications enabled. That way you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. Back in our room, from the balcony, we could see 3 other cruise ships. Wow, the sun is almost setting and Philipsburg is looking really amazing now. Right now, we're at the King of the World session of Symphony of the Seas. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'll leave you with this stunning sunset view at Philipsburg. I can't wait to share more exciting content with you in the next video. Until then, ciao.